Welcome back to Snatch and Scotch. I'm your host, Sylvie Bona, with my co-host, George Dixon, and Johnny Sixbox behind the camera. And we're here with Dusty Hyland. This guy is a pretty badass coach. If you don't know who he is, you probably don't pay much attention to the CrossFit world, and you're probably not watching the show anyway.
So screw you.
So screw you guys. So he's here with a bunch of athletes. How many athletes do you have here right now?
Actually, just two, and one who isn't competing, but we're working.
You got a new athlete, don't you? A friend of ours.
Yeah.
Andali.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Christine.
she's a sweetheart. We love her.
She's one heck of a talent, so I'm really excited to be working with her.
And
for
it's
the
not
last
even her
few months.
talent, man. Her freaking focus is like laser.
She's got a laser focus. She's got an amazing work ethic.
And she made the biggest sacrifice of her life. She left cold-ass Sarnia to move down south in nice warm weather.
Wait, why was that?
Wicked people.
Yeah, she's been in California for about roughly 2 months. Like she reached out to me in September.
Yeah.
She reached out to me in September, and we just started talking about potentially working together. She's had a long-time coach and has done a great job up in Canada.
Yeah.
And I didn't really kind of want to mess that up, but I kind of want to enhance it.
Yeah.
And she came out and we spent a little time together, and it just clicked.
Yeah.
And then we just started collaborating together. So we still incorporate Graham O'Hagan, who's a fantastic coach up in Canada.
Yeah.
And she's come out for the last 3 months, and we've been working on really just taking her to that next level. She's obviously coming off an injury last year.
Yeah.
And mentally and physically getting her over the hump in preparation for this season.
Perfect. So yeah, like we talked to her actually just now, and it was funny because what she said is the coaching is very important, obviously, and obviously you're a good coach, but it's more than that. It's the environment that you create for your athletes that really creates success. Because I worked out for 5 years for myself, and it wasn't until and I own my own box, and it wasn't until somebody came along that was better than me that I was like, oh shit, this is what it means like to push.
You're welcome.
Right.
You know?
Right.
No.
Now I see the dynamic in the room.
So you guys do a great job with that environment, right?
Yeah.
And so how is it coaching so much different talent?
It's different. They're relationships. When you get up to the highest level of coaching, it starts with sort of the way I approach CrossFit and sort of, how I perceive it. And I think that it's always got to start from a place of fun. We started this as fitness. Even though it gets to the highest level in competition and you get laser focused on what you're doing and you have a structure and purpose to your training and there's a game plan, you can't lose that essence.
Yes.
And it's something that I struggle with and battle with a lot of athletes. What we've seen with Christine is that laser focus is there.
Yeah.
That drive is there. But we want to continue to stay positive
and enjoy it.
And enjoy it. And if you're not enjoying it, you're just not doing it right. And you see with Noah.
Yeah.
He had a very similar initial kind of conversation and relationship build with me. And what we've sort of seen with him is he's kept that joy up for CrossFit and competition and fun. And we've layered in the structure, the purpose, and the pathos of his training, his periodization, and still kept it fun. So where he can collaborate, he can go train with others and have a blast.
Because he was just on the show, and he said like competition time is more stressful.
Yeah.
He goes, but I just have fun in the gym. It's not a grind. It's just fun. Training's fun.
Yeah.
And when that happens, then you can't train too much. Like it's just fun.
And you sort of see this when you become a really great professional at something. It doesn't matter what it is, and we're talking about a CrossFit athlete. There's this sort of 3-year arc is what we talk about in CrossFit. And you put in the work year one, you see the strength growth, you see the numbers go up, right? And then you sort of, and this is what I sort of say about Noah's, when I met him, he was like looking up. He was like, man, I want to be the best. I want to be like these guys, right? Yeah. And then all of a sudden he made it to the games and he was looking around. And he was like, holy shit.
There's still more to go.
I'm here, and I'm good, and I can do this.
Yeah.
And now what I see from him is this,
and
it's focus. He's there. He knows where he's going. He knows what to do, and instead of literally, and we still game plan, and I still script everything out, and we talk about work and rest, and we talk about strategies for each workout, and dialing in nutrition and recovery and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But now it becomes a conversation. Yeah. And when you become a master of your craft and you have a coach, it is a conversation. It is a relationship. And we sit and we talk,
Absolutely.
And he makes the call on the floor.
Nice.
And I think when you own it like that, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, let me ask you
live and die by the barbell.
So, quick question for you.
Yeah.
Like, I know we always think about athletes having control over their coach, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, they're the ones that are going to come in, and
Sure.
it's got to be a good fit for them.
Right.
As a coach, have you ever come across athletes that are extremely gifted, but just didn't have the work ethic or the dedication, and you've had to make that call to say, you know what, listen, you can
or
be
the
phenomenal.
personality
Yeah.
clash.
Yeah, or whatever it is.
I think that, yes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, those situations happen. What happens with me is the relationships have been very organic for me. With the exception of a couple athletes that I've actually reached out to myself.
Yeah.
Most of the athletes that come to me, we have a conversation, and I can tell immediately whether or not we're going to click in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
And what sort of where they're at in their headspace. A lot of them are messed up. You know, like they're hyper competitive.
Yeah,
They've lost that joy.
Yeah.
And sort of taking a step back and letting them take the pressure off themselves is a big piece.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'll take control of the programming and we'll do it, and we'll adjust and we'll have conversations, and then they can start to own their fitness again.
Okay.
So it's a combination. No, but I've definitely had some athletes that have reached out to me that I admire.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't give them the time that they needed.
Okay.
There's that, and then there's the personality clash,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I've worked with some of the toughest personalities in the business.
You're a gym owner, aren't you?
But I can also now pick and choose those relationships.
You have that luxury too now.
Which are fun.
Yeah.
Well, how long have you owned a gym for?
Since 2010.
Okay.
So 6 years, and I've been doing
6 years
this
of working with
since
some pretty effed up personalities, man.
2008, 2009.
Yeah. So how did you get into coaching athletes? Because, I mean, you know, as a gym owner, how did that happen?
Again, it really stemmed from my past experience as a collegiate gymnast, as an elite level gymnast, the way I sort of perceive movement, my approach, the coaching lens that I look through, and the way I evaluate athlete and how it's based upon not only technique but proper position, how that works physiologically with sort of the approach we take with CrossFit has really kind of trickled down into everything that I do in terms of, I just wanted to fix people. I wanted to help them move better when I first started. And then I really developed my whole training platform around that.
Awesome.
So it's just really cleaning up movement. It's teaching good habits. It's almost like I'm a dentist, right?
Yeah.
You get people to warm up correctly. You get them to develop their own strategized warm-up so that they're ready to do whatever, you know, taking care of the nicks and bumps every day. And getting them mentally and physically prepared to do whatever the task is.
Okay.
Do you have like a standardized warm-up that you put out there for like general preparedness?
It tends to differ based upon the athlete.
It should, yeah.
And their needs. But I mean,
it's got to have some kind of structure, right?
Yeah,
so what kind of 3-4 points you would hit in a warm-up? Because George here has a really hard time warming up.
Right.
I do the Rocky warm-up, right? Like, you know, he gets a foot up, and then he goes on his, like, 20K run, right?
I try and mix in some monostructural, cardiovascular stuff.
Yep.
Simple row, light jog, and then some real basic movements, fundamental movements, air squats,
body weight
strict
stuff.
pull-ups, usually some hollow rocks. I really like to kind of to pepper in that stuff. And, you know, we're not even talking about mobility or attacking any of the nuts and bolts of movement, but, you know, real simple stuff like inchworm push-ups and things that will kind of get your body generally warm, ready to do movement. And then we move into more specific stuff.
All right, cool. For the record, when I run class, I do great warm-ups,
So
just for myself.
He
So
does.
does everybody, right?
He does follow that structure, but when he comes into the gym, he's like, all right, got to lift, I got to go home quick.
Right. You get the band out.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
I'm there. I'm good.
We're on the barbell.
My favorite is the pass through. Get some pass throughs in. All right, let's go. I'm good stretch.
Pass throughs.
Jeez Louise.
That's the that's the warm up for everybody now. Right? Get the
Exactly.
barbell out. Okay, we're good. Let's start cleaning.
To wrap it all up, what would be advice for someone starting up as a coach, looking to to really work in the industry, maybe not work with elite athletes, just become a much better coach to help general people, like you said, move better, fix them. What would be a couple of tips you'd give them?
Don't get bogged down in using or applying too much fancy programming to begin with. I think that you kind of got to trick the clientele but you got to kind of get them to do the things that we've been doing for a long time that really help long-term health and fitness.
Amen.
Squatting, pressing, running mechanics, working on, developing shoulder strength at the shoulder girdle. We see it. I feel like in the last 5 years we've cured the squat.
Yeah.
And now we're after the shoulder girdle. And people have dysfunction from inactivity.
Yeah.
And if we can begin to press not only mobility but strength at the shoulder girdle, you're going to start to see posture improve. You're going to start to see movement improve, not only under the barbell, but you're going to have less injury and dysfunction doing pull-ups and all the movements out there.
I completely agree. I get people come into physiotherapy to me, and we spend maybe like 90% of the time just strengthening the lower traps.
Absolutely.
And scapulas. That's all we do. And I'm like, you guys should do this before class, open gym. But no, like, if they're paying for it, they'll do it. But if they come open gym, they will not do it. So you're completely right. I so agree with that, man. And the complex programming. Starting out as a coach, when I was a beginner, I got caught in that trap because I wanted to plan the coolest, sexiest, badass looking workout ever, and it's just always shit. And when I kept it simple, it just hurt.
Yeah.
Simpler, effective, fast.
Oh my gosh. Simpler
and get
the
it
better.
done.
Absolutely.
You want to keep intensity high and keep the impact relatively low when you're starting, right?
Yes.
So you're establishing range of motion, air squat, push up, teaching proper positions for the barbell work too. And then as long as that's preserved, we can increase the intensity and make sure people are staying injury free, but they're getting their heart rate up. And I think that that's something that often misses when we overprogram. And that's a trap that you can fall into.
Absolutely.
Programming's too difficult, intensity level's not high enough, people come away hurt and unsatisfied.
Yes.
And you don't want that.
That is probably the best way I've ever heard it put. So simple. That's awesome. Write that down if you're listening. That's awesome. So let's wrap it up. Anyone you want to shout out to?
Hey man, just looking to see my boys Noah Olson and Kenny Leverage crush it today, and looking forward to the CrossFit season. Sweet. If you guys are getting ready for the Open, make sure you check out the Skill Wad. It's my gymnastics training program, which is online. It's a periodized primary accessory pieces for athletes. I'm not trying to take your programming away from your coaches. I'm really just trying to help you guys move better, get your volume up, because you're going to see handstand push-ups, muscle-ups, and chest-to-bar pull-ups in the Open this year. So you guys got about 6 weeks, and you can hop in anytime. It's $10 a month. It's super simple.
That's it?
Yep. Yeah, it's
$10 a month for Skill Wad.
Train Heroic. And if you go to www.theskillwad.com,
The Skill Wad. We'll throw that in the show notes.
Find me on Instagram. Find me at Dogtown. You guys ever in Los Angeles, come see our new facility. We just opened it.
Sick.
And have fun out there. Don't take it too seriously.
Beautiful.
Enjoy fitness.
All right, guys.
Thanks, man. Thanks for being on.
You got it.
Cheers. Right, cool.
That's how you do it.
All right. Beautiful.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys.